Adultery is having sex outside of marriage. When you're not married and you're having sex, but guess what? Do you got friends that do that? We have all done it, right? I've done it. We've all done it, right? But guess what? Do you have friends that still do it? Hey, sis, do you have any questions yet? Do you have any questions? All right, so let me ask you this. When it comes to who we are as a people, do you agree with this? Do you agree with what he just brought up? Yeah. I'm just, yay or nay?
Come on, sis. I mean, I know about. What do you believe?
Most of our people.
I don't believe in none of this. And like I told you since I was a little girl.
You don't believe in.
All this.
You don't believe in none of this, or.
All that, Jesus being white and all that.
Right, you don't believe in Jesus being white. That's good. Do you believe in what he just said about us being the nation that is going to be saved when Christ comes back? Do you believe that? You believe that? All praises, all praises. So check this out. What is it that we have to do to get saved? What do we have to do to ensure our spot and not be left here in the lake of fire when the nuclear bombs hit from this World War III? Okay, so what we're asking is, how do we get the kingdom of heaven? Give me that in Matthew 19:16. That's what we're here to do. We your brothers. We love you. We here to build you up. And guess what? We want you to be up in that kingdom with us. You understand? Read that. This is how you get the kingdom of heaven, sis. Read.
Matthew chapter 19 and verse 16.
Family. We are family. We are the Israelites. This is how you get the kingdom of heaven, King.
Bring it out. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do?
So this is a rich man coming to Christ. Read.
What good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?
That's the question, right? Read.
And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God.
So hold on. First of all, he just said something heavy. He said, why are you calling me good? First of all, Christ is the only man that you could call good. But he said, don't give me no credit. Give God the glory. That separates him from being God. He said, I'm not God. Give God the glory. I'm the Son of God.
Bring it out.
Christian church says what? Christ is God. The Holy Trinity, right? This destroys that. Read.
Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. But if thou wilt enter into life.
But if you're going to enter into the eternal life, get that new angelic body that feels no pain, has power to destroy anything, can walk on the sun.
Bring it out.
What is it that you have to do to get that? Read.
Keep the commandments.
Nah. See, nobody can keep the commandments.
Keep the commandments.
Nah, I'm saved in grace. I ain't got to do nothing.
Keep the commandments.
Name me a commandment, sis. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not steal, right? What are we known for? What are we getting filling up these prisons for doing? For stealing cars, stealing everything, right? Read that.
Verse 18. And he saith unto him, which Jesus said, Thou shalt do no murder.
So he said, which commandments do I need to follow? He said, thou shalt not do any murder. In Exodus 20, Moses' law said, thou shalt not kill. What is Christ referring to? Moses' law, which shows that it's not done away. Animal sacrifice is done away, but guess what? None of the other laws is done away with. Read.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Thou shalt not commit adultery. Okay. So first of all, let's deal with killing. Is killing just taking somebody's life, or does killing start here? It starts here, right? Give me that. Hold that. Give me that in 1 John. 1 John, what is it? 3:16, 3:15? 3:15? Read that. 1 John 3:15. Let's show you where murder starts. Read. 1 John chapter 3, verse 15.
1 John chapter 3 and verse 15. Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer.
If you hate your brother, if you hate me in your mind, and you just you just hate me in your mind, guess what? God says you're going to be judged as a murderer. You don't have to pull the trigger. You ain't got to do the act. If you meditate on hatred against your own people, God says you're a murderer. So now, thou shalt not kill has a whole nother connotation now. It has a whole nother context.
Right.
Because I can be a murderer without actually doing the act. Because when we meditate on something, what do we do when we get the opportunity? We do it. If you think you can get away with it and you hate somebody enough, you're going to try it. It might just be the devil might take over you and you just run him over with a car. Be like, oh, I didn't even think I was going to do that. Right? Go back. Read.
Matthew chapter 19 and verse 18. He said unto him, which Jesus said, thou shalt do no murder.
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not hate your brother in your heart. We can't hate each other. You understand? We can't be gossiping behind each other's backs, telling lies and stories. We can't be over here stealing from each other. We can't do the things of hatred toward one another because we royalty, we kings. And if I disrespect you and I hate you, I hate who? I hate your father. Read.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Now, who are the people that are known for making baby mamas and baby daddies not husbands and wives? It's us. How you doing, family? It's us. Now, let me ask you, sis. You dealing with somebody right now? You married? Okay, so you're not married. Are you dealing with anybody? Good. Good. Do not have sex. Do you know what adultery is? Adultery is having sex outside of marriage. When you're not married and you're having sex, but guess what? Do you got friends that do that?
I think
We have all done it, right? I've done it. We've all done it, right? But guess what? Do you have friends that still do it? Are your friends able to influence your actions? Yes, they are. All of our, yes. The people that you surround yourself, if I hang around 10 crackheads, what I'm going to be next? I'm going to be the next one, right? So guess what? Give me that. Hold that. Go to Ciroc. 37 and what? 12? 37, 12? We got to understand this. And I got a law for you. I got another law for you. Ciroc chapter 37 and verse 12. You got to be mindful of who you're hanging around. Because we've already done it before, so we already got the sin nature in us. But if we're hanging around a bunch of people that's already doing it, it's going to become, what's, huh? A natural thing. I like that. Read. This is the solution.
Sirach chapter 37 and verse 12. But be continually with a godly man.
Be continually with a godly man. Not a bunch of, I'm not calling your friends hoes, but here's the thing. If they're having sex outside of marriage, that is whoredom. That is what it is. It's sin. That's the thing that separates us from God. That's why our households is messed up. That's why we the one of the only nations that lives in a matriarchal society.
Bring it out.
When police come to our door, who do they ask for? They ask for Big Mama. They don't ask for Big Daddy. They ask for Big Mama. Read.
But be continually with a godly man.
Because our mothers don't stay around godly men who are going to marry them and help raise up these children. What do they do? They hang around their single friends that keep them single, and guess what? They're ready to mingle. Read.
Whom thou knowest to keep the commandments.
So we gotta hang around people that we know to be keeping the commandments if we gonna get salvation. That's the point. Read.
Of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind.
Whose mind is according to God's mind, and according to your mind if you're righteous. Read.
And will sorrow with thee, if thou shalt miscarry.
And guess what? When you start to get weak, they're gonna strengthen you according to what God says.
Build them
now
up.
give me Deuteronomy 22 and 5. I got to give you, so this is the correction and the love to make you back into that royal princess, that royal priesthood, so that we can get saved when Christ comes back. We don't want to get left behind, because everybody that get left behind is going to have an eternal death. You ever burnt yourself on the stove or something? Burnt yourself cooking? I got marks on me right now. Yeah, okay. You burn. So what was your first reaction when you burned yourself? You jump back. This ain't going to be no jump back. Ain't gonna be no jump back when this fire hit, right? We don't want it. Read that. So this is what we got to do, sis. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So what is a woman's garment that if you saw me wearing, it would be out of order? A dress, exactly. So read it again.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So what is a man's garment that a woman's not supposed to be wearing? dress is what a woman's supposed to be wearing. Huh? A suit. What does a suit come with? Jacket and then? Pants. The pants. Guess what God says? Read that again.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So a man shouldn't be wearing those skirts and dresses or women's articles of clothing. And guess what? Women shall not be wearing pants. Now I understand you at your work, you at your job. But I'm talking about the pants that you wear outside of your work. Do you wear pants outside of work? Oh, you said of course you do. Why you say of course you do? As if there's no other option. Huh? So where did we learn that from, sis? Where did our sisters learn wearing pants? Because guess what? When we was in slavery, our sisters was doing everything in dresses.
Right.
So why are we wearing pants now? Who taught us that? Where we get that from? It was. Everything. We've been here for the last 400 years learning. I understand. But we've been here for the last 400 years learning the ways of the white man. We've been here. That's what, in slavery, all the way up to now, they took our heritage away from us. Our culture, everything that we knew, they took it away from us. And guess what? They gave us theirs. And guess what? Amelia Bloomer in, the 1970s? 1950s or 1970s? Amelia Bloomer is the one who set that up for y'all. And guess what? The black woman of America does exactly what the white woman does. That's y'all's God. Y'all follow her. And guess what? Who she follows? She follows her man. So guess what? Wearing pants is not of God. What does God call wearing pants? Read that.
For all that do so are abominations unto the Lord thy God.
Do you think God is going to let abominable people into his kingdom? No. You lose your ticket with that. Go give me that in Zephaniah 2:1-8. These are the scriptures that heal us and bring us back into royalty. When the last time you saw a princess wearing pants? No. So when you're wearing pants, are you identifying as a princess or are you identifying as an independent woman that was trained to be that way in America? Hey. I ain't never seen no real princess or no queen wearing pants. That's not a noble or royal thing to be doing. Exactly. Read that.
Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice.
So in the future, when it says it shall come to pass, I'm making a future prophecy right now. So it says in the future, there's going to be a day of the Lord's sacrifice when he's going to sacrifice America like what was sacrificed on the altar. He's finna do some killing, is what he's saying.
Why just America?
It ain't just America.
I know, I'm just saying.
Because this is the epicenter of evil.
Right.
This is where his image was crucified.
Bring it out.
This is where his image was crucified. That white image, this is where that came from. You understand? Read that.
That I will punish the princes.
I will punish the what?
That I will punish the princes.
I'm one of the princes. You're a princess. It's talking about us. He's going to punish them, read.
And the king's children.
And the king's children. Who is Christ? The King of Kings. You are his child. You are the king's children. Read.
And all such as clothed with strange apparel.
And all such as are clothed out of his order. Clothed in pants. Women clothed in pants is cross-dressing. That's LGBT.
Teach.
Yeah. So guess what? How would you look at me if I was up here teaching the Bible in a full dress? You wouldn't be talking to me, right? So the same way that you will be looking at me crazy, like what the hell wrong with this? It's the same way Christ and the angels is looking at you, like damn. But here's the thing, you didn't know. Because sisters, they had to start with the women. Just like think about it, sis. Think about it in the Garden of Eden. Eve, who was deceived first? In the Garden of Eden. Yes, in the beginning, Adam and Eve.
No, who was what?
Who was deceived first, sister? Who was tricked? She was. So who does Satan go to first? The woman. She goes to the woman. Give me that 1 Timothy 2:9. The woman was tricked. So who is Satan going to go to now to get them to wear do the cross-dressing and do all of these things, to accept LGBT, to accept the transgender movement, to accept all of this foolishness, to accept abortions, to accept all the wickedness that America's, who do they set it up for? They set it up for the woman, because why? They had to put her in charge first, at a black household first. Then they just feed her all the lies, and she just does it like a computer.
Bring it up.
Read that.
1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
Modest apparel is skirts, modesty, covering your body, skirts, dresses, right? Read.
With shamefacedness and sobriety.
With shamefacedness, not all up in a man's face. You don't seem like that type of sister, but shamefacedness and sobriety, meaning you're not out here drunk, you ain't out here high, you ain't out here on them pills. Read.
Not with broided hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly array.
So this isn't talking about you can't be beautified and have gold on and stuff like that, but what is it really saying? Read.
But which becometh woman professing godliness.
Put the godly, the inner woman first, before you put on that gold and all of that extra stuff. Because the black woman today is known for beautifying her outward exterior, but the inward woman is a gold digger. She's a hoe. She's over here aborting kids. She's over here not taking care of her children, leaving them at the house and going out to the club. One sister, her baby died because she left him at the house for 3 days. Her daughter at the house for 3 days. This is what it's talking about. Purifying, sanctifying the inner woman. Read.
With good works.
With good works, the commandments. Read.
Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection.
Read. Why? Because when the woman starts to speak, she's going to speak from her emotions. She's not going to speak according to what God says. Right? She's going to speak what she feel. I feel, I think, I feel. That's how all the black women sentences start, right? We got to go back to God. Read.
But I suffer not a woman to teach.
To lead a congregation. Read.
Nor to usurp authority.
Usurp authority. Read.
Over the man.
Over the man. That's feminism. He said, feminism shall not be in my congregation at all. There shall be no female pastors and preachers. Now, we do have women in our congregation who teach the younger women how to be women. They teach them, right? But you're not going to be over here standing over a man, because the order is, what's the order of God? God, Christ, man, woman. Now keep reading.
Verse 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed.
This is where I wanted. I wanted to go through the modest apparel so that we can understand how the woman's mind is supposed to be, so that she doesn't fall victim to this. Read.
For Adam was first formed.
Adam was first formed, meaning that God made Adam in his image. Read.
Then Eve.
Then Eve was made in Adam's image. Read.
And Adam was not deceived.
Adam was what?
But Adam was not deceived.
So guess what? Going back to pants and dresses. Adam was not deceived. So you don't see black men walking around in skirts and dresses like you see black women wearing pants all over the place. But guess what? Their plan is to start off with you and then end up deceiving us. That's the plan. Because who's the first teacher of the child?
Bring it out.
The mother. So if you wearing pants already, then guess what? You can't tell them not to wear a dress or a skirt when y'all both out of order. Remember, judge not lest ye be judged. By the same judgment you judge, you will be met with that judgment. Read.
And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
So the point is, the woman has been deceived to believing that she can wear pants.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.